Well, we're looking at hedge shears today. Always something new here on World Radio Gardening. Now here, let's just look at this. You'll say, what the dickens they keep in an ivy hedge for? Well, the reason for an ivy hedge is it's here, it's on a lot of old hedging, and it's producing a lovely green hedge. So does it matter? No. If it's on a fence or a wall and it's damaging, remove it. But in this rural situation, it works quite well. These happen to be bulldog hedging shears. They've got a longish handle, which is very useful because it keeps you, a distance as you're cutting. It's got a loop blade in the middle here, which can cut slightly thicker material. And I'll show you, they are so easy to use. And what you're doing is you're trying, if you watch what I'm doing, I go down the ivy, trimming it nicely, just as good as any machine could do. Now it's a bit thicker there, goes through it, no trouble at all. Look at that. And then I would just chop off the top bit where the flowers have been. There. And we start to get a neat bit of ivy hedge. A couple of times a year is all you have to do with an ivy hedge, and that's it. So what I'm now going to do in just a little while is I'll show you how these work on yew. Yew's a very formal hedge, and these work just as well on fine conifer as they do on a coarse hedge like this. But also we've used them on hawthorn, blackthorn. They're really a very robust hedge. If you're a manufacturer of tools out there and you want us to trial and demonstrate how your tools will work in the working place, not just as a demonstration, we are actually gardeners doing gardening. So we will trial them correctly, and we can tell you and everybody else watching World Radio Gardening what the tools are like to use. These are a pleasure at the moment. I'll tell you what, in another month or so, I might come back to them and say, well, we've used them on lots of hedges. Are they good, bad or ugly? Remember I was showing you the bulldog hedge shears earlier on, doing an ivy hedge. Well, I've been doing a bit of hawthorn since then. And this is why, if you've got a wavy line, it goes through everything, doesn't clog, which is quite useful. Here we got yew, and you'll see the same sort of thing. It just trims it off. Look at that. And you can get a lovely level base with this. It really does do a lovely job. And then you can face equally, just face down. Bit of pollen coming off the yew. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, look at the pollen coming off the yew. They really are so light to use. They've got the same handles, the light handles. They've got these rubber grips which make it easy to use. Adjustable. If it gets slack, you just do it up a bit. I always keep them oiled. We finish them off with a bit of oil to keep them nice and clean and tidy. But there's an edging shear. There's a shear for doing round trees instead of a strimmer, because you damage trees with a strimmer. And then there's hedging shears. So there are 3 types of shears that I handle, and these are the hedges. So I suppose I better get on and just take the tips off of these yews as they appear to grow.